Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Friday. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I'm outside once again. My first cup of coffee, enjoying the quiet. I just heard a motorcycle, but mostly quiet outside. My air conditioner just kicked on, I hear that, but like quiet morning. It's been a good slow start. My Fridays used to be like busy, get up early, get my day done because it's a long day. Fridays are starting to become the more chiller day. So I feel like I have different busier days, but today's more the quieter day. I don't know if you noticed, my Gather Your Fragment videos are much shorter than they used to be. Where like during the week a lot more is going on. I don't know, that's just what's happening in our household right now. So life, that's what it is. It's like it's going with the seasons, it's going with different times. It just depends on what's going on. So yesterday we did the beach. I'm kind of glad I ended my vlog early because we left and drove, and it was very pretty drive. It was like out in the middle of nowhere, country, which was again interesting for Florida. And then we saw a couple, I think I keep writing down ideas that you guys give me. So when you put down like, go check out this, I write it. I have a huge note on my notes on my phone. I add all of the fun things to do. We just started doing them, and it's, we only go in once a week or maybe twice a week, just depending on the time. So I think someone said to visit historic Fort Myers. So I apologize. I think I don't know if it's downtown. But as we were driving, we saw like Edison and Ford something. I wrote that down too because I thought, how cool is that? Because we lived in Michigan. Obviously Henry Ford is big there, and Thomas Edison was big because he passed by there at a young, or he lived there. I think he lived there as a young kid and then moved away. But we used to live by the bridge that he in the movie with, what's the guy's name? I don't remember what the guy's name is, but it's an old black and white movie in Hollywood. I think they recreated it like a train bridge that he traveled over, and we lived by that train bridge. I don't know if they recreated it or they actually filmed it there. I'm pretty sure they just recreated it. And then in North Carolina where we lived in the town of Zirconia. Well, Zirconia is known for zircon. Back in the day, they mined it there, and Thomas Edison actually bought some property or land or whatever he did because he was going to mine it and put it originally in his light bulbs, but never did. So I thought, how cool is that? That right here in Florida, same thing. So they must have kept going, enjoying the mountains, and then thought that was great, and then went, wow, I need to get even warmer, and went to Florida. So that looks like something to go check out. I have to look it up and see, but we did that, and then we went to the beach, and then we got to drive through the hurricane damaged area of Fort Myers. I was like, oh my goodness, it was just destroyed. Like you think, I go, wow, it's been a year. Like there was putt golf things. There was like big giant elephant tipped over and all these things. And I thought, you think of the mass destruction in a year, like still not cleaned up. We saw boats like pushed over the road and just sitting out in the middle of a field somewhere, big giant boats. And then I thought, wow, just buildings destroyed. And you like in my head you think, wow, couldn't you just fix it up real quick in a year's time? But obviously you cannot. There's so much, and I know a lot of people, I think I saw a bunch of posts on the news and stuff that said that people are still waiting for the insurances to go through and don't have the money for that. And I know Jaden's group that she went with church, they were down there and they did a couple houses, and those people were going to be able to move back in their house because they helped with that. So I thought, that's really cool. And there was a lot of organization buses like that helped with cleanup and helped with getting people back in their homes and stuff. And I thought, that's really cool. Like at first I was like, what are they going to do down there? Just clean up the mess? But then I'm like, oh, it's going to be for a lot of people that like can't even get back in their house. Maybe they didn't have insurance, or maybe the insurance didn't cover it, or it's so far backlogged. I don't know. I know there's a ton of reasons newer to the whole region with the hurricanes, and I know as time goes on we'll probably learn more, but just total devastation. I was like, wow. So going to the beach, we pulled up and I'm like, oh my goodness, it was just like, it was Fort Myers Beach, and I'm like, at one time obviously it was a happening place, probably last year, tons of big high-rises, tons of big fun things, and then just all destroyed. Crazy. So the beach, we got to the beach, I'm like, oh my goodness, every building on it was just yuck. They had some newer buildings that had gone up, you could tell they were new, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, and then we got to the beach and got on it, and it was low tide. Okay, we're learning low tide and the high tide. Low tide, and I was like, and it was very murky and dirty. I was like, what? And so obviously we were there for our kids and our teens to have fun. So who cares? They don't care about murky water. They don't care about if the beach, they could care less if we just sat in a field. That wasn't the point. But the water was so yucky. Like it was low tide for one. So it just was, and we started walking out, it was just murky water. Murky, you're walking, you're walking out there and you feel things move on your feet. I don't like that feeling. You can't see what it is, so it's like, what is that? And so I'm walking and I feel something go like by my feet. I keep stepping and we stop for a minute and then like my feet are sinking and like I just feel like big giant circle things and they're moving. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that? Steven just lifts up with his foot. He's like, look what I found. He pulled up sand dollars and I was like, oh my goodness. There was like sand dollars. He just kept going down and picking them up and picking them up, and they were all over where we were at. And I was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't do that. So very cool for, you know, kids to see. I'm like, oh, let's go back up. And it smelled. It was so stinky, so stinky. So we went up, and not judging. I'm giving you our experience of it. And so we walked back up and I was like, oh, it was not good. So then we were researching, why is it so yucky here? Okay, so there's like a whole story. We thought, even a couple of their friends at church, they were like, maybe it's so damaged from the hurricane. No, it's not actually damaged from the hurricane. It's damaged from farm fields. And so there's a natural freshwater lake, huge lake. I think it was either, I'm not sure where it was in relation to that beach, but it had a natural spillway dam. And so what happens is, obviously if the water rises, they like flush it out every once in a while so it doesn't break the dam. And there's farm fields all around it, sugar cane all around it. So all the pesticides, all the yuck from the fields are going into that lake, and then they spill it out because they don't want the dam to explode, because there's people all right there, and there's a lot of people in neighborhoods that would just get, you know, flooded out. So they let the dam, they release it. Well, what happens is it releases into that beach area. So it just makes the water super murky and disgusting. I was like, wow, so now the water doesn't look like that all the time. It can be beautiful, like our beaches that we went to by us, because I was like, gosh, are all the beaches like this, you know, just yucky as you get further south? And so that was the story behind it. So I think the whole EPA team is looking at it, blah, blah, blah. It's money, you know how it is, government control, all those things, you know how that is. So sad, very sad that they didn't find some other alternative, because the beach was just gross. So every once in a while, that's what you're swimming in, is murky. It was just gross. It was like it stunk. It was just yucky, very yucky. So I told Greg, I'm like, and it was cloudy. It was very cloudy and overcast. You know, we ended up having to leave because it rained. I was like, wow, I'm glad I ended my vlog, because it was just like yuck. It was very yuck. Very like we would go to the river in North Carolina, and the Pisgah Mountains, the Davidson River, and I know it's super clean water, comes from the mountain, all those things, but I just would go there and I'd be like, yuck, it just stinks like fish. It's dirty, the sand is dirty, it just looks gross. I'm like, it smelled just like that. So yeah, it was not a great favorite place. It wasn't. It was just okay. We did it. We went. It was like, again, for the teens. They had so much fun. Oh my gosh, they got to see their friends, so they were having such a good time, and that was what it was for. But I was definitely not impressed with the beach. And then now that we know why, I'm like, how sad. I think a lot of people, like their hotels, we were reading some reviews, and like you plan your week's vacation staying at those hotels, and you get there and the water's murky for a week. I'm like, what a disappointment to your vacation spot. So I don't know, hopefully they fix that, because that's just damaging that beach zone right there. So was not impressed with that beach whatsoever. And then we had to leave. It started raining. We're like, raindrops. And I'm like, is it gonna rain like it does here at our house? And then we're like watching the storm cloud going and coming, and then it came and it just started downpouring. So we load. I'm like, well, at least we'll get rinsed off. So we loaded up. There was porta potties, because everything is destroyed. So I was thinking we could take a shower and change. Yeah, that didn't happen. So we just like put everything in the car, full of sand, full of wet sand. Sand in Florida is very sticky. That's okay. And I had a couple water bottles. We were rinsing our feet off, you know, to get in the car. And then I'm like, oh, I have umbrellas. So we got our umbrellas out. You know, we went to gather up our teens so they could say their goodbyes, and acquired Jaden. She had a good time this week. She was definitely tired, but she had a good time serving and helping, which was really good. And that 2-hour car ride home. So we just talked and chatted and, you know, shared pictures. They looked at all this stuff with their friends and just had a good time. And then we ordered, right before we were coming home, we ordered Culver's, because I was like, that was gonna be our treat. Like, okay, we'll have our little munchies, which we ate, and then we'll eat out and have Culver's on the way, or we were gonna eat out at a restaurant, but everybody was in their pajamas. They were in their bathing suits, soaking wet. I was in the front seat. There was a big giant cooler bag by my feet. I had my feet up, and I'm like, we just did curbside pickup and got our food and then went home. It's like 10 minutes from our house, which was awesome. And we came home, and then I'm like, everybody they just put all their sandy, wet, everything's just soaking wet everything's at the front door. I'm like, we'll get to that tomorrow. And then we just came in, everything just dropped at the front door. We put the clovers out on the counter, and everybody just went up and showered, did their thing, grabbed their food, and went to their room and chilled. They ate in the room, and that's okay. We did that. It was, some kids ate in the room, not everybody does, but just a relaxing night. And then bed. It's exhausting going driving for 2 hours, 4 hours, in a day. So it was good. It was a good day yesterday for them. So then today I'm like, I don't feel like getting up and making food. The refrigerator is full of food, by the way. So I'm like, I'm not going to make any food. I have to make something, and I don't know what today, but it's going to today's video, I chatted and shared with you what we did yesterday. So today's video is going to be very much different than a normal Friday because this is real life and this is what I'm doing. So I thought I was going to just do chatting here, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just do a huge voiceover for all of, I have to clean up the house, pick things up. We got to clean all that sand and get that off the floor. And I thought, you know what, I think it's more personable when you see someone's face and you're talking to them, like you're talking to them, even though I'm talking to a camera. And so I thought, well, if they want to talk and they don't want to watch the cleaning, that's okay too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside and start picking up, getting the house back in order, because that's what I have to do today. And then I don't know what I have to, I know I have to do, like, Brooklyn's got to go to work. We have a family event at church tonight. So it's like, I'm just going to go, the refrigerator's full of food. I know there's lots of fresh fruits and veggies. There's lunch meat for sandwiches. I don't know what we'll do for dinner, but there's leftovers still. So maybe we'll have leftovers. I don't know, or maybe I'll make food. I don't know. We'll see how the day rolls, see what we're hungry for. The pool's looking amazing. Greg's got the pool looking good. He's gonna come back out today and finish it up the corners. It looks so good. I'll bring the camera out so you can see that. So it's coming along so nice. I'm ready to jump back in and swim. Not yet. He's got to clean it out. And I know we got to cut the grass this weekend. It's getting along, and there's things to do. Like, the grass doesn't stop growing. The house doesn't stop. Oh, hey, Maxine. The house, are you looking for squirrels up there? She's like, that's the trees up there. Have all the squirrels. You seeing those squirrels up there? The wild animals. I said, life doesn't stop, does it? You mess in the house, it accumulates, it comes back. Dishes always pile up. Laundry always piles up. It's like grass keeps growing. Nothing stops, does it? It's always there. You either, you have no grass, and then you have muddy and wet like we did in the mountains, or you have grass that you just have to cut every single week. We let this go for about 2 weeks. That's why it's like, if you don't get to it, guess what? It'll still be there next week. Get to it next week. So I'm going to go in. Let's go in, and we're going to start cleaning up the mess and getting things. I know we have a lot of food stuff all over the counter, like all the containers, and then we'll put all of our laundry, get that rolling, clean up. Maybe we'll get done quick. I don't know. Maybe it'll go quick. Maybe it won't be so bad after all. And then just see where life takes us today. Thanks for coming along, watching, and the journey that we're on in life, because this is how it is here in Florida. A little different than the mountains, and that's okay. We're learning new things, we're exploring new things, we're spending our days completely different than we used to. So just depends on how it goes. So, all right, let's go inside and get moving. You guys ready? All right, Maxine, are you ready to go in? You ready to get your morning bone? She's like, I don't know. I smell something over there. She's like sniffing over the fence. What do you see? She's like, there's squirrels over there. I know there is. All right, let's go inside. You guys ready? All right, let's go. Okay, I gotta go shut the sound machine off. I'm not doing that yet because I'm letting the kids sleep in a little bit. So I'm gonna just make a sandwich. Greg said he'd have a breakfast sandwich. So I'm gonna do bologna, eggs on a bagel. Something simple. While I'm waiting for this to cook, I'm going to just do a quick pickup and get the trash out, because the trash people have not come yet, so I can hurry up and get another bag out. I know it's bad, but we have a lot of leftovers from the bags and stuff from the eating out yesterday, so I'm just going to grab and put them in the trash and take it out. The tip of the spatula is like not very good at picking up. I should have just got my metal scraper here, because it just like keeps wanting to not slide off on here easily. So it's good. I just use olive oil, and that's why it's a little blackened. So I should have just used butter, but it's good. And this is real simple. I love that my family loves to just have simple eggs on a sandwich. It's like they're all getting older, and everybody makes their own breakfast, which is awesome. We were on late time today because everybody was so tired. And that's okay. I know I was exhausted. It's like you don't even really do anything, but that heat definitely makes you tired. And sitting on the beach is such a hard job to do. No, I'm just kidding. It was good. Everybody's exhausted. So I was just wiping everything down. It's like the kitchen's not that dirty. It really is staying cleaner. Life is just, it's different here. I was telling Greg today, I'm like, it's just a slower, different life. It's like I don't feel like I have to do it as many things as I did when I lived in the mountains. It's like it stays cleaner, the floors stay nicer. It's just a whole lot different. So I'm wiping down. That sand is everywhere. That's all I know. It's everywhere. So I'm just thought, let me load up the dishwasher with the little bit of dishes that we do have here and get these rolling. There wasn't that much in here. I'm like, I'm gonna wash it. By the time the kids are moving, they can put those all away. And then I put my rack back in the sink here so it didn't ruin it, because I did see that it was getting scratched on there. And then just cleaning out the Hydro Flask things. We like taking these. I bought these last year at Christmas for everybody, and they worked really good to just be able to take with the handle. The little bit of treats I thought I'd cut up and put in my little cake pan here. I bought that lid because my glass one broke. It was a lot smaller though, so I like this. It's a replacement plastic lid, but it's tall, so it fits all of our food, because here I'm trying to like make a big giant tower of treats. And it will get eaten up. The kids eat it, they love it. And then just washing more pans out, washing dishes, always lots of dishes. We're not using paper as much as I thought we would here. And then all this stuff in the front door. Front door, this is all of our, I just had everybody drop it right here because it's just full of sand, and I mean it's still through the house on their feet, but picked up as much. Maxine just follow me everywhere I go. So these are all the bags. I'm just carrying them back here so we can empty them, dumping bags out, seeing what we have. Everything's good. All right, so now I'm on to kitchen. It's been a slow moving morning. That's okay. Just taking my time, not really hurrying. That's okay. So got the laundry's rolling. We're getting so much stuff washed. This is all the lunches. Yes, everybody can empty them. Yes, they could on their own. They're gonna do other things. Don't worry. I'm doing like minimal. Like people think my kids should do more. They are doing a lot. Like I just do the minimal. Just get a little bit cleaned down. Feel like you did something accomplished, and they do a whole lot more. So I'm just gonna empty these. Put them in piles. So I gotta take the stuff, put it in the washer. We'll just wash all the bags in the washer because it's easier than hand washing. Everybody's lunches I'm taking out. This was a lot of the treats that we had for the teens. They didn't touch the snack mix, which was okay. They touched mostly the cookies and that. So, and then they got rained on. So I didn't keep any of that because it was like soggy. So we ended up having to throw some of them away. Not a lot, but just some. And then the kids' lunches, I didn't keep anything unless it was in a sealed, like, factory bag, because like they were at the beach, they're touching those fish things and dirty, and so I just dumped everything out. I'm like, that's okay. It's like if we would have been there longer, they would have eaten it up, but it was just like just dumping everything out, putting all the things in the sink to wash all the like the ice packs and that, and I'll just rinse everything off, and then I just end up throwing all of these in the washer. So I've got a big giant pile on the ground of all my bags and lunch bags down on the floor. I'm just gonna throw those all in the washer, mixing with towels, things like this. They get clean, and then wipe all the sand. Oh my goodness, my car, can't wait to go clean it. Put the sunscreen outside, put the cups in that way. Okay, this I found on the beach. Can anybody tell me what it is? Like I was thinking I had shark tooth, because I'm thinking shark tooth like this, but then I Googled shark tooth are like short and thicker, so obviously it's a big mouth fish, right? Or is it just not? See the bottom? Let me see, can I do it like this? So what is that? I found that, let me try that all over again. I found that on the shore. The kids also found some sand dollars, which were kind of cool. They were dead, all dried up, which is really cool. So we got some of those too. Those are outside washing. So let me know what this is, because I have no idea. I tried doing the Google Lens. It kept bringing up like prehistoric something, or like it was like a slug. I'm like, it's not a slug. It's some kind of fish tooth, probably some kind of, right? That would be the tooth socket. But I could be completely wrong. I have no idea. So let me go take all these to the laundry room. I got them all in the laundry room, and I'm washing up. These are all the ice packs. I'm just rinsing everything off because they're covered with sand. Sand definitely everywhere. But getting it all cleaned up, and then the last little bit, and like we'll just put them all back in the freezer, which works out really good for everything. Here's everybody's water bottles. Cleaning those out. I've been trying to fill mine up and drink it, being intentional doing that. So I've got mine sitting here. I'm like, okay, I need to fill it up and drink it. Rinse in the sink. Do you feel like you do this all day? I know I do. More sand on the counter from everybody's lunch boxes. It's just an accumulation of everything. And then I was gonna put the vacuums, I was gonna leave these down, but then I realized these have sand all over the tops of them. So I wiped these off, and then, oops, the camera got hit by the vacuum. And I put the laundry right here. This seems to be a central folding location, and there was sand all over the table as well. Normally I've been leaving the benches down because the vacuums do get under there, but I thought, why don't I put them all up? I do re-wipe the table afterwards because I know the legs of the things are dirty, but just getting everything up. Here's my pile of stuff to do on the table. Still, more stuff picked up, more stuff picked up. It's just a little bit here. I'm doing my weekly or daily pull up the feathers out of the couch type move. Only do it once in a while. The kids, they've been sitting on this couch so much more. Our old house, they sat in the basement more. Well, here they sit at this one more, so there's a lot more activity on them where it's like they start poking through. And then I got this box here from Sam's Club. What I did is I forgot when I went shopping, we really like lemon in our water, and this has been something that we really enjoy drinking, is lemon water. And just putting a squirt of lemon in our water. I mean, I'm drinking it, Steven drinks it, Greg drinks it, and so I had it on my list. I totally forgot to buy it. Well, I opened up Sam's Club and I was able to just have it delivered. I thought the minimum said 2. I was assuming it was 2 bottles, it ended up being 4 bottles, but it was no big deal, so cheap. So Sam's Club, that's my store to go to. I'm actually gonna cancel my Costco membership because I find that it's just so much easier. I can even have my Sam's Club stuff delivered, and I've been trying to drink more water, and so I've been trying to force myself to drink like at least 2 of these. I need to have a little bit more, but that's like my bare minimum. So filling up with ice water and some lemon juice, and then I'll be having to take Brooklyn to work here, so that I'll take it with me and drink it while I'm on the road with her. I really am thankful we have our water in our refrigerator, because that was the one thing I was not going to get, and I'm glad I opted not to get that with this. More laundry. I love my washer and dryers too. They do laundry so quick. This day I did so many loads of laundry all day long, and it's like I would never have done that with their old washer and dryer. So here's our towels. Everybody's shoes were covered with sand. It just like works great, and there's no leftover in there. Look at all these bags. I'm shoving all of these bags in my washer, and they all came out perfectly clean, which is crazy. And I just set them outside so they can dry. And then taking everybody's shoes outside, and then putting them in the sun for a little bit, because they can melt. We've had melty flip-flop weather. So I just kept checking at them. I'm just laying them right here in the direct sun, and then going back out in a little bit. I keep checking at them. I was checking on Greg at the pool here. He's doing the tiling. Today is not a typical Friday here in the household, so I'm doing things a little different. I just had to stop, and then I ran and had to take Brooklyn to work, and then came back, and I'm like, okay, there's like sand still on the floor. I'm waiting for the vacuums to suck up all the sand. It's getting later. I know the kids are upstairs. They're just chilling, and that's okay. Chilling Friday is a good thing. You can do that in the summertime. That's a beautiful thing. I'm gonna make some sandwiches. I'm gonna make my own Greg's. I like that one I had yesterday with the hummus and the sprouts. That was so good. So I'm gonna make that. Make him a sub. I'm gonna take a break and eat outside with him while he's working on the pool. It looks so great. And then we'll just keep. I keep shoving stuff in the laundry. I'm like, hopefully that washes all those things. We'll see how it does. It's doing really good. It's the test of like, how does the washer actually work? How well it does it. I'm putting it outside. It's gonna dry so fast because it's so hot outside. So let's make some sandwiches. And my lunch, I made the same thing that I made on our little beach trip. I love to have the sprouted seed bread, and I've been putting the hummus on it and then the sprouts on it. It's so good with a little bit of cucumber and tomato. I'm like, so delicious. It's been my new favorite go-to sandwich. Definitely trying to, eat better is always good. Getting older, going through those perimenopausal times in my life, I know it's good to have better choices, the drill, blah, 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 blah. It's just easier to get into a rut and not do anything. So trying to, and if I have it here, it's easy. So I'm just chopping up cucumbers on here, cut a couple tomatoes on there. It's really good. Then the avocado lime dressing from the Chick-fil-A I got at Walmart, that's so good on top. I forgot how much I love sprouts here. These are beet ones. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and get some more, or make my own too. I need to definitely do that too, but for now, purchasing's good. Now I just kind of smash it down because it's really tall. And then I have I love those little snap pea thingies. Those are my favorite. And then salt and pepper. These are the cheddar pepper chips from Aldi. Oh, my ultimate favorite. They definitely changed the recipe, and it's not as cheddary. It's more like salt and pepper, but the original ones were so good. I can't find them. I think Lay's, I can't remember who makes them. They're waffle, cheddar, and black pepper chips, but I think Aldi is the only one that makes like the knockoff version. I've never seen it with anybody else, so they are good. So I'm gonna put them on our plate here, and then we're gonna go and I have some hummus. Then we're gonna go sit outside and enjoy a nice lunch together. You can have your husband outside working on towels. You can have the lunch together. So this is gonna be, I'm loving this. This is my favorite setup. This right here, the vacuums are done. Those are my salt and pepper chips, or the cheese and pepper chips. So good. Gonna go take a break, eat, and then feel revitalized. Come back and finish up. Here I'm just putting all our bags outside because it dries real quick on the heated sunshine, which is really nice. So they only set out for, I don't know, maybe a half hour, and I just came and got them and then put them away, and there was no sand in them. It's like the washer does such a great job. All right, back into our room. Oh, always cleaned up everywhere, isn't it? So I decided to, I had extra towels I took with us, so I store those in our closet because we have a lot of storage in there. And then I thought, why don't I strip my bed, and then we'll wash the sheets on our bed as well. So I was just getting everything and putting it all away here. The bags, everything, cooler bags, they're all stored in my closet. It's like I have the storage in there. We have a lot of extra space in there, so I might as well do that. And then Maxine's like, always gotta follow me. She's like, here, I'm gonna lay with you in bed and mommy on the floor. So I was gonna do this, and then I thought, get my pillows and everything cleaned up, and I ended up flipping the top mattress cover on our bed. I know I flipped it the wrong way, but I wanted to see if that would help a little bit. Sometimes you get like the smushy mattress. I thought, let me just turn it halfway and see how that does. It doesn't fit perfectly. I was supposed to go the other way, but it's not like we're really long and lay at the end of the bed anyway. So I did this, Maxine, I'm sorry, you have to move. I threw in a little bit of bleach with the whites and cleaned. And then in the garage here, I'm gonna put our water bottles. This cooler kept our water frozen solid. Like there was still frozen water bottles in here. I got those ones when I went shopping, took them just in case we needed them, but ended up not staying there all day because It ended up raining, so I'm gonna put them right back in the freezer, so if we need them again for emergency, we have them. Maxine's like, let me investigate in here, see if there's anything in here. So I just put them in the bottom. They're just the small ones. Those would be good to grab and go in the freezer. This was something we had upstairs, the baseball, but I feel like the baseball mitts were down here, so I said, let me put the baseball with the baseball mitts so we know we have them. Then I decided to keep the coolers out here because I don't use these really for anything unless we're gonna go to a beach trip or something like that. I was gonna use them for groceries, maybe like just a single trip, but not all the time. So I'm grabbing the corn out of the refrigerator here, and then I was gonna grab our chicken breast out of here. I was looking to see if there was anything else to grab, but I think that was all I was gonna take. And then here I am out of the smoker. I just took that corn on the cob and put it directly, turned it on, turned the smoker, got it rolling. I don't think I actually put it on here. Do I just turned it on? Yes, just turned it on. Cooking outside is a great, easy thing to do. Do I put them out here? There I am. I was like, do I put them out here? And then stick them right on there. I had it at like 380, so cook fast. Back in the kitchen, do a quick pickup of the refrigerator because there's a lot of stuff shoved in the random parts of the refrigerator. Just trying to find a space for everything, so I just kind of did a real quick look through of it, making sure we got everything. Still don't really have a way that I set everything. We could definitely use a bigger refrigerator because there's so many of us, so. My day is going very well today. It's not a gathering fragment, but I'm still gathering fragments. I just started on food now. So my focus was to get some space in the refrigerator because it's jam-packed. So what I did is I went in there and I found cucumbers. These are gonna go bad. I'm gonna slice these up so these get eaten tonight. And we'll use up all that fruit in the refrigerator as well. So it just has to get eaten up. So the corn will go on the smoker. I was thinking back to when I was a kid. We used to go every year. My parents would go to a party and they would be cooking corn on the fire. They would have a big corn roasting party. What do they call it? Like a corn bonfire? I don't even know, but they just had big grates over the fire and then they'd be cooking it, and they had like kiddie pools filled with ice and water, and you'd cook it real good. They'd just dump the whole thing in there and you'd have like really good corn on the cob over the fire. So good. So I'm gonna put them in the smoker for a while, let that cook, and then all I'm gonna do is take my chicken. I pulled some chicken breast right here out of the freezer. It's like been sitting here for not too long. I'm just gonna put that on there. I'll sprinkle some seasoning on it, and that's it. I'm gonna smoke it, cook it, let it be done, and then we're gonna use this tonight. Roasted pineapple habanero sauce. Thought that would be good. And then we'll have it with chips and salsa and corn on the cob, and then all the fruits and any veggies. It's gonna be good. That's my easy dinner. That's my Friday dinner, gathering fragments, using them up. Laundry's going, I'm getting another load in. Other thing I have is all this broccoli. Remember we bought this broccoli? I still have 1.5 bags. We did not eat. It's gonna have to get used up. So I've got some water boiling over here, and what I'm gonna do is just blanch it. Put it, like, all you do is let it come. If I put it in the freezer solid like this, they'll get kind of wilty and yuck. So what I'm gonna do is you put them in boiling water and blanch it for like, whatever it is, a minute. I'll have to look up the time and see how long it is. It's maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Then you take it out and put it in ice water, and that keeps it green. It'll be cooled off, and then I can put it in my freezer, and then we can use it because we will definitely use it because that was a really good deal. So great day, good day. Kids help. We got all our stuff done. I went to put my wind chimes. I think I had a whole table full of stuff. I had some sticks to go around. We got like a Timu thing, and it's like a solar light, and it had like little lights coming out, and so I just put those in my front. I've got my hanging fairy lights like on glass jars. We have one tree out front, so I thought I'd stick those on there. I have to do that. And I went to go hang my wind chime out front, and I step outside and I'm like, I wonder if you can have wind chimes out here. Like, the neighborhood's quiet. I don't know. Like, it's not a loud neighborhood, so I'm like, I might have to have Greg install something back here. We don't have any hooks or anything in the back of the house, but so, and then I thought, I'm never outside, so I'm not gonna see them out here anyways. So I put them back in my closet, or put them in my closet, and then I wait till we do something out here and put some hooks out there and I can hang them, because I'm like, I'm never even gonna hear them out front. So that's it. Everything else is picked up. I gotta hang my blinds up one of these days, maybe this weekend. We'll see how everything goes. Let me go flip some more laundry. So I'm cutting up some cucumbers here, and then they are just kind of getting bad. They were going bad first, so I'm gonna have to be more mindful when I grab these. But some were smushy, I thought. And then I had some shredded lettuce. I thought, let me make a real quick small salad for dinner. I'll leave that up. That was really yummy. Put some tomatoes in it. It was easy. And then just rinsing out my sink here with everything. Then I just put the cucumbers up for everybody to eat. Here's getting the water for the broccoli. The other day when I said it stunk in here so bad, I'm like, what is that smell? So it smells like something died. It was the broccoli, because I can smell it now. I'm like, here in the freezer, and then I'm gonna dump it in here, and then I can blanch it because our water's not that cold coming out of our tap, because it's, you know, Florida, and it's a lot warmer here. I'm keeping that going, putting the lid on it so it boils real quick, and I set a timer so I knew when it was done. So you don't want to cook it too long. It's 3 minutes and that's it. It's still bright green. I'm just going to dump it over here, and then let it up. I had to get ice and water from the refrigerator. I'm so glad. That was one thing I said I was not going to do, was get an ice machine or the refrigerator with an ice machine, right? I was going to not do that. Thank goodness I didn't have that happen, because our water is so warm here. So I'm really glad that we opted not for that. So our water is delicious. We love it. It's really good tasting. So, but we just never, I would have, and we have a little pitcher on the refrigerator. So if we didn't have that, it would definitely be a lot warmer drinking it from the sink. So let's dump this. So I'm just going to put in here, and I kind of guess I should have just put it with ice in the bottom and then pour the water over the top. The sink water, like I said, is not very cold, so you have to use the refrigerator water for sure. So I was kind of shaking in here, moving it around. I need a better system for dumping the veggies. I don't have to do this very often, so it's not something I need like a tool for, but it worked. These things I got from Temu, so they worked out really good to strain them. And then I just ended up putting them in Ziploc bags. And that's it, and then put them in my freezer. Now I guess I realized I grabbed another one and just threw in the freezer as is, so I'm gonna have to use that for like soup or something where I don't really need broccoli flora. It's more like the smushy kind of broccoli. So chicken on the smoker, what I did is I grabbed this seasoned salt. I think this is what Greg had at the apartment. It was like pepper and salt and garlic, paprika, a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna do like a nice, like make my own, make your own, when the stuff runs out, because this was really good. And I just kind of rubbed it in both sides of the chicken. It's on the smoker. I moved the corn to the top. So that's gonna be it for dinner. Now I'm going into my sink here. I realized like our water pressure for the cold is really light. So I thought maybe there's like a filter under the sink. Well, yes, there is a filter under the sink. So I went underneath there and I was trying to take it off so I can get a name of it. So I found the name and I went on Amazon to order it. And then there was like this tiny tube. I'm like, what is this tube back here? But I think Greg said it's just like an overflow thing. So he said he'd look at it and see. So here, I'm just looking underneath here, trying to put that tube back in. It was not going very well, but it's good. At least I found there's a filter under the sink. So now that will probably help our water pressure, because it's real light for the cold. So that will be good. All these new things to find. Then I was underneath here and I saw like a bright red thing in the back of it. I'm like, what is it? It was a roach trap. I'm like, ugh. So I took that up. We don't have roaches in here. Maybe they did at one time. So all good things, all in a day's work here. I brought these inside. These are all dry, which is great. Dries super fast out there. I've got like 2 more loads of laundry. That's it. It's like doing so good. My bedding's in there right now. Like, what a good day. Hold on, let me go put these away. I'll be back. Okay, so great day. What I'm gonna do, can I talk to you while let's bring you over here. So it has been a busy day. So I'm gonna get a cup of coffee here. I don't usually do coffee in the afternoon. Is it bad to do a cold coffee? Can I do one in here maybe? Can you put it hot in here? I think you can. Let me see how this works. Well, let me try something here. Never mind, I have no ice. That's kind of funny. I just dumped all that ice out, but I guess it takes more than a few minutes to make ice in my ice machine. It's good. So it's been a good day. Oh my goodness. Even though I had like a late starting, different kind of Friday, it's been a great day. I feel like it's been a full day. It's only 3:30. I have to leave in about 15 minutes to go get Brooklyn from work. So I'm hoping the chicken will get done in that time. I can bring that in for dinner and we can have the corn. I got some butter out for the corn and the cob, and then we can have chicken with the habanero. The habanero pineapple salsa stuff sounds good, and veggies, fruit, easy, like chips and salsa. Like just make it a lighter, easier dinner tonight. I think that's going to be a good thing. So, and then I just pulled all the footage off here ready, and I thought, you know what, I will work on that tonight if I have time, because we're supposed to head out the door tonight. So if I don't, I can work on it tomorrow. I filmed Abundantly Blessed earlier today, because usually every day I wake up early, like every day without fail. We're waking up Sunday super early. Every day is early for me. I don't usually sleep in ever. So I thought tomorrow I'm gonna sleep in. So I film but I like to film Abundantly Blessed on Saturday because it's the only day I can get up. It's quiet. I don't have to film anything else. So it worked out to do that this morning. So it's good. All right, coffee. I'll take a hot coffee in the 100-degree heat. It's actually getting a little bit cooler, a little bit. We just turned, our temperature's been at 72 in our house without fail all day, all night, 72. At nighttime, I turned it up at 73 just to save a little bit. But I've been getting up and it's been freezing in here, like freezing. In the morning, I'm like, it's so cold in here. So I just changed the thermostat to 73 during the day, and then 74, and like before we go to bed, and then 75 during the night. So we'll see how that works. But just to try to, you know, change your electric bill a little bit, because that's always a good thing. We have solar, so it covers most of it, but you know, wear and tear on your air conditioner is not good either. So perfect. Coffee I'm gonna drink, check on my chicken and my corn, and great day, good Friday. And then I don't know how the weekend will go, what we'll do, or how it happens. If I make food, maybe I'll film, maybe I won't, I don't know. Just depends on what we have going on. So, but good days, great days. I hope your Friday is going well. It's a good thing. If not, guess what? Tomorrow's a whole new day, right? That's a good thing. The worst is when you break your favorite coffee cup. I have a purple one. I use my purple one forever and ever and ever. Hopefully it's back there. I'm gonna see. I remember I broke it and I dropped it and I bought another one. This, I've been using my mom cup forever because it's purple and I just dropped the glass on it and cracked it. It's okay. I guess it's better me than kids, right? It's always not good when kids break things. You're like, no. Well, that was not good. I just got these out because I was gonna put, we have lots of this pasta broccoli, like 3 containers. I thought, let's just heat it up. Let's just use your hands, I just washed them. We can use this for dinner. Kids like it, it'll be a nice side. We'll put some more, that's a lot. So, I'll put this in here and put this in the microwave. And then I'll probably go out and see what, I have 1 hot dog here. One hot dog, just put this in the smoker. How about that work that? Ugh, bummer. I'm gonna have to go get another favorite cup. I usually just use one. I'm gonna have to go get another one back here. Okay, just checked my chicken outside. It is gonna be done. So I turned it down because I gotta run out the door and get Brooklyn. So I'm gonna take my coffee, drink my coffee on the way to be alive, come back. It'll be time for dinner. I'll show you all our food tonight. It's gonna be delicious and easy, easy, easy Friday. I'm gonna take my broken coffee cup. It's like the chip cup. I'll be back. Got all the food off the smoker, so here is the chicken. Turned out really good, and then we'll put this roasted pineapple habanero sauce on. I'm sure it's delicious. I'll let you know underneath here if it's good. Here's the corn. This is what it's like. It looks like it's all burnt, but it's not. It's nice and juicy. A little bit of burnt piece there and moist inside. This will be a really good corn on the cob, and then I heated up the pasta broccoli. We'll have this as well, and I'll pull out the fruit, the watermelon, cucumbers, fruits and veggies, all that good stuff for dinner. Okay, dinner was super easy and delicious. The corn was so good. Easy, just peeling it off. That like is delicious. Cooked over the fire like that. It was smoker actually. Just put butter on it, salt and pepper. And then there's not many of my kids like corn on the cob. I like it, Greg likes it, Steven likes it, and that's about it, which is so surprising. So I had a lot of extra. So we saved it. And this pineapple habanero sauce for the chicken, oh, that was so good. I'm gonna have to get some more of it. Obviously, I can probably make it. So I'm gonna make myself a note to make it or buy more of it because it was really good. I thought it was probably, it wasn't too spicy and it was very sweet. So that was a really good topping. I'm gonna write it down right now as I'm editing so I remember to put it on top. Easy light dinner, and it had leftovers, delicious. Are you sure? It hasn't gone in yet, it's right there. All right, so. Nope, it's all done. All right, dinner is done. We're gonna call everybody down to eat. It's gonna be a simple, easy dinner, calling it a night. So thank you guys for watching. You have a fantastic rest of the day, and I'm gonna see you guys again tomorrow for Abundantly Blessed. If not, I'll see you on Monday. All right, bye.